welcome to Physical Embodiment Studio. I'm Courtney Sprawls, a certified personal trainer, and today I'm guiding you through a full body movement practice incorporating one piece of equipment. So if you only have one dumbbell or one kettlebell laying around, this is the perfect movement practice for you. I will be using a 20-pound kettlebell today, and we'll get through various movements targeting specific and different muscle groups throughout your body, only using one piece of equipment. So let's go ahead and get started. If you want a little extra, you can have your water bottle, your towel, or a yoga mat nearby. None of that is necessary, just optional for your own comfort and convenience. So let's start with 2 sets of 12 of each of these exercises. I'll guide you through 2 big breaths in between each set, and we'll be going through 7 exercises total today. So we're beginning with a front squat using the kettlebell, where we'll use the kettlebell up by your chest, so we're feeling more of your quads with the weight in front of you, and your feet are just wherever they're comfortable. For me, it's a little bit wider than hip distance. Open your chest, roll your shoulder blades down and back, drop your butt down and back as your knees trace in line with your second toe. Exhale, pull all the way up, activating through the glutes. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift. I really like a slow tempo to feel the lengthening and contraction of the muscles. We're almost there, we're on 8. Squeeze in between the shoulder blades. 2 more. Last 1. All right, drop the weight down, take a moment to breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Big breath in, full breath out. If you're feeling any discomfort in your lower back, I recommend bringing the weight down to your hips, activating through your mid-back. Otherwise, we'll bring the kettlebell up in line with your chest, dropping your hips down and back. Exhale to lift. Keep your spine long, heart open. Last 4. Last 2. Final 1. All right, up next is a kettlebell swing. We're using the power of your hips to get the kettlebell up. So think of sending your tailbone back behind you, kind of like a deadlift, and then pop your hips, swinging the kettlebell to about shoulder height. Going for 12, we're on 5. Pressure on the heels. Last 4. Last 1. All right, set it down. Take a moment to breathe. Inhale deep. Full exhale. Big breath in. Stay for your breath out. Getting the heart rate up on this round. Grab that kettlebell, break the bar in half, activate through your mid-back. Ground your feet, pressure on the heels, sit your hips down and back, and then pop. Last 4. Last 1. All right, nicely done. If you have not practiced a windmill before, then this might be a new exercise for you. We're going to start with a half windmill. So we're working on engaging through the core, activating through the adductors, extending through the hips, and stabilizing through the shoulders. So here's how it looks. Ground your right foot forward, grab the kettlebell or dumbbell in your right hand. Engage your core, drop your shoulder down your back, but punch the sky. So I want you to really focus on engaging through the whole back of your arm. And we're going to look up at the kettlebell to maintain that same position with your arm the whole time as you lower your left hand down to the floor. Exhale, lift all the way up, engaging through the core. Inhale, lower down, hip goes back, exhale, lift. So you'll focus on pushing that right hip back towards the wall behind you, and as you lift, you're zipping through the center line. Last 6. Final 4. Final 1. And gently bring the weight down. Take a deep breath in. Full breath out. We're going to rest in between sides on this one because it's pretty hard. Take a deep breath in. Full breath out. Okay. Grab the kettlebell or dumbbell with your left hand now. Step your left foot forward. Activate through the center line. Strong wrist like you're punching the sky. Drop your right hand down and lift. Takes a lot of control. Really focus. Push that left hip back. Halfway there. Two more. Last one. And gently bring the weight down and rest. Take a deep breath in. Full breath out. Big breath in. Big breath out. Okay. Bring the kettlebell back into your right hand. Step your right foot forward. Knee in line with ankle. Push the weight up. Punch the sky. Drop your left hand down towards the floor as you send your right hip back and lift through center. Watch your dumbbell as you lower. Control it on the way down. 2 more. Gently set it down, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And out. Okay. Second set, second side. Press that left arm up. Ground your left foot, core locked in. Reach for the floor pretty close to your right thigh as you lower. Exhale, lift up. Really push that left hip back. Last 4. Last one. Drop the weight down gently. Take a moment. We're going into a narrow chest press next. Depending on the size of your kettlebell, this can look different ways. Because my kettlebell is so large, I'm going to hold it from the bell rather than from the horns. So if you ever use a kettlebell, you might hear grabbing the bull by the horns. I'm going to actually bring the bell into my hands. So elbows are going to graze your rib cage as you drop the kettlebell or dumbbell down towards your chest. Exhale, push up. If you're using a dumbbell, I recommend holding it horizontally. We're going for 12, we're on number 3. Inhale down, exhale, lift. Last 4. Open heart. Last 1. All right. You're feeling your pecs, a little bit of triceps, and maybe a little bit of shoulders. The focus is your pecs, so really roll the shoulder blades down as you push the weight up. Let's breathe. Take a deep breath in. Full breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Set number 2, narrow chest press. Inhale, lower the elbows down, open through your chest. Exhale, push. Keep your core tight. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set your weight gently down. We're going into pullovers next. So I'm going to use the kettlebell the same way I just did my narrow chest press, by grabbing it by the bell. Again, you might need to orient yours differently depending on the size of your kettlebell. So we're going to extend your arms back, going into a pullover, hinging from the shoulders, taking a deep breath in. Exhale, pull up and through, stopping around your nipple line. Okay, we don't want to go too far forward. So inhale, lengthen back, taking a deep breath in. Exhale, pull through in line with the chest. Going for 12, we're on 3. Control it, slow. Activating your lats and pecs on the way up, maybe a little bit of tricep. Avoid pushing the rib cage up. Final 4. Really hinging from the shoulders rather than your elbows. Last 1. All right, set the kettlebell down. Breathe in. Breathe out. In. Out. Okay. Set 2 of your pullovers. Grab your kettlebell, get it in position in line with your chest. Break the bar by activating your lats and your triceps. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, pull through. You heard me say break the bar. I just want you to imagine you have a barbell and you're breaking it in half. It's that external rotation of your shoulders to activate your lats. We're on 4. Halfway there. Two more. Last one. All right, set the kettlebell off to the side for a moment, breathe. We are going into low rows next. So we'll do this one standing in a hip hinge position, like a deadlift, with your spine long. Now, again, depending on the size of your kettlebell, you're going to hold this a certain type of way. So for me, I'm going to hold it like I'm grabbing the bull by the horns, right? Where you're grabbing the handle of the kettlebell. Hinge from the hips, bring the handles in towards your rib cage, squeeze in between the shoulder blades, and lower down with control. We have 12. We're on 2. Open heart squeeze, 3. Your elbows are about an inch from your rib cage. Long spine, last 4. 3, 2, and 1. Set that kettlebell down. Take a deep breath in. Full breath out. Another big breath. Set number 2 of your low rows, and then we only have one more exercise. You are almost to the end. Hang in there. Hinge from the hips. Grab your kettlebell. Open through your heart. Long spine. Bring it in and extend. Big squeeze in the shoulder blades. Shoulders back. 5, 6. Halfway there. Two more. Okay. Nicely done. We have one more exercise. This is a kettlebell pull through. Now, again, depending on the size and shape of your kettlebell, this can look of various ways. I'm going to have mine laying on its side, getting into an all fours position, hovering the knees. You'll grab the kettlebell with your right hand if it's on your left side and pull it through. Ground your right hand, grab it with your left and pull it through. We're doing 12 total. We're on 3. Keep your hips square. Halfway there. A little bit of a twist to it. The kettlebell, not your body. Last 4. Last one. All right, you might have noticed it's kind of challenging to keep your hips level to the floor and parallel the whole time. Do the best you can with keeping your core tight and your femurs parallel. Take a deep breath in. Full breath out. Another breath in. Another breath out. Okay, final set of your low bear pull through. Get into an all fours position. Hover the knees about an inch above the floor. Grab that kettlebell and swing it through. Mine's just gliding on the floor. Shoulders down, core tight, halfway there. Last 4. Last 2. And last 1. Okay, you made it to the end of our single piece of equipment movement practice. Thank you for joining me. Again, my name is Courtney Sprouls. You've found Physical Embodiment Studio, and I will see you next time.